BlueTube. Right, we are here. We are a bit late, so it's straight into the show. So let's see what happens. Got some good acts on apparently tonight, by the sounds of it.
It's all a surprise. So we'll wait and see. The hall's filling up now, and it'll be interesting, won't it?
Yeah.
But he let me use his house in Mallorca for about 10 days. And it means, from now until the end of time, I can say, Doug Ellis, I've shit in his villa. They interviewed 100 grandmothers saying, would you sleep with Wayne Rooney? And 75% said never again. It's not much fun getting old, I'll tell you that. And I always say, you know, as you get older, sort of, when you get to 50, it's all bloody downhill. It really is. And the only benefit is that as you get older, you get more wisdom. And I am now very wise. But I tell you what, you give me the body of a 28-year-old, and I'll be as happy to be as thick as pig shit. Because everything changes, everything bloody changes, you know. I mean, backstage, these days, backstage, that you have these riders, what would you like backstage? Well, years ago, it was uppers, downers, wacky, backy, Newcastle Brown. Now it's deep heat, Gaviscon, and a bath with a door in it. You know? I don't bother with drugs anymore. I find that standing up very quickly gives me pretty much the same effect. Drugs are everywhere, everybody not in any sport. Every sport now has to have tests for drug use. Every sport. Crown bowls. Dodging old geezers who play crown bowls, they're giving urine samples now. They don't mean to. And all this technology business. I can't get to grips with it. I'm losing it. I have finally learned how to fax. I say to people, I'll fax you. And they don't know what I'm on about. I mean, how far behind the times can you be? And eBay. Somebody explained eBay to me. Because I went on eBay. It's where you can buy and sell stuff on the internet, you know. And I went on the eBay page, and on the left-hand side there's categories of what you can buy and sell, you know, sporting goods, cars and stuff. And at the top is A, okay, autographs. Oh. And I bought the page up, and I typed in Jasper Carrott. And this signed photo of myself came up. Starting price, 99p. 3 minutes to go, no bids. Well, I bought it for 50 quid. That eBay is a scam. I saw this advert on eBay. Penis enlarger, £95. I ordered one. And they sent me a magnifying glass. Okay, it's time to start the show. We've got a lovely show for you tonight. Everybody tonight has given their services free of charge, or at least very, very minimal expenses. And they're all here. Some of them, well, a lot of them, well, all of them almost, are connected with Trevor in some way. As you know, he loved his music, he loved his comedy. And I've got a I'd like to give you a big warm up to our first guest. It's like, he's been a Blue Notes for over 30 years, okay? And he's the front singer of a very, very popular and well-known famous Birmingham band called Ocean Colour Scene. We have the singer and the guitarist from Ocean Colour Scene. Give him a warm round and welcome, Andy Bennett! Where's that from? Well, it's a Basque name from southern France, northern Spain. Chapeau. And it means in Basque handsome, witty, virile, sexy. And David means not very. Wasn't Andy great? He's a great singer. Right. comedy. Now, here's someone who's, well, I've been working with him over the last 10 years, and Trevor loved his comedy, he really did. And he came to see himself and the next guy several times, and to the point where he used to watch this next guy when I came on. We used to go back and have a piss. So, thanks, Trev. But he's one of our, a national name, he's one of our best impressionists. He was born in Evesham, and he now lives in Ludlow. You'll know him straight away, he's been on television for donkey's years, and we give him a big, warm Birmingham welcome from Alistair McGowan!
Good evening, I am indeed Alistair McGowan, and as Jasper said there, for those of you who don't know me, I'm an impressionist, but I've never been one of these political impressionists. I only, for instance, do one word of Sir Keir Starmer, country, that's all. Country seems to be enough. One more time, as you like it so much, country, I prefer to do impressions of some of my fellow comedians, people like Dara O'Brien. I went to see the doctor, and no, because I'm always worried. It's always been big. Not just fact, but it's talking about the English language and also English culture, but it's not true. Yes, thank you very much. For instance, I went on holiday in the summer last, my wife with, and we went to the Isle of Man. And I am at a cafe in with my wife, and the waitress to us comes, and she says, are you here for the TTs? I said, no, we're here for the coffees. I don't know. And I like to do television presenters like Paddy McGuinness, who seems to be absolutely everywhere at the moment, doesn't he? Paddy McGuinness. Here I am today, outside the Red Bull Drinks Factory. And when I go in there, I've been told to take him to task Red Bull about the amount of sugar they're putting in their energy drinks. A lot of parents say to me, it's too much sugar, it's making the children hyperactive. But I reckon they're not putting enough sugar into Red Bull, because nobody who drinks it seems to have quite enough energy to put the can in a fucking bin, do they? I've never done people from the world of music, pop music, I shouldn't say that, we've got some great acts on tonight, but it's never been my world. I was with Milton Jones recently, I think it was Milton Jones who said, I just found out that apparently, Dua Lipa is not a language learning app. I didn't know that either, I was with him on that one. I was with David Mitchell, I think it was David Mitchell recently, who said, do you know, I've never been that interested in the music of ABBA. The only thing that interested me about ABBA when I was a kid was the fact that ABBA was an acronym. Yes, they took the first letter of the names of those four members of that band, Annefrid, Benny, Bjorn and Agneta, to make the name ABBA. What a good job though, those four people weren't called Katerina, Ursula, Niels and Thomas. But he said, Alistair, I'm thinking of doing some stand-up comedy. Want to have a crack at it? I've never had a crack at it. So I want to have a crack at doing some stand-up comedy, and I know you support Jasper Carrott. Would you like to support me? Because the first gig I'm going to be doing is in Paris. I said, Jonathan, I have not seen the Eiffel Tower in years. Oh. But it's very nice to be here today in Birmingham with Birmingham's most famous and best comedian ever, I think, Jasper Carrott. Possibly Birmingham's number 2 comic in your time list, though, Frank Skinner. And Frank is always everywhere. I saw Frank Skinner recently on Travel Man with Joe Lycett. He's got to be on that list as well. And Frank was amazing, you know what he's like. I don't know why you asked me on this programme, to be honest. Because it's called Travel Man, but I've never been a big traveller, to be perfectly honest with you. I really haven't. In fact, the only place I've been to over the years regularly is Morocco. abroad. But when I got to Morocco, I must admit, I can't resist going back. I had to go back to Morocco. Because you know what people are saying, once you've been to Morocco, you do keep going back, because it's just so Moorish. Anyway. Surprised me the other week, my wife, I came home, she said, did you know, she said, Chelsea have just signed 2 new English players called Alf. I said, what? What are their surnames? She said, they haven't got surnames, they're just called Alf. I thought, she's got this all wrong, my wife, but no, she was absolutely right. We put Match of the Day on that weekend. There was Gary Lineker saying, "Show Enzo, obviously not a great result for you at Chelsea today, but still, hopefully, plenty of positives to take from today's game." Yes, for sure. For me, what impressed me today was the performance of my players throughout the match. First to Alf, very, very good first to Alf. Second half was even better, so I had to go to Alf. So she was right, what a winner. Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, slight change of pace. We have a football legend to come on and talk about Trevor. He was one of Trevor's very closest friends. They played together, they played against each other, they've both been managers, they've both been excellent footballers. Without further ado, give a warm Birmingham welcome for Graeme Souness. Welcome to Birmingham.
It's not a city I know too well, but whenever I come here, I know how passionate this half of the football club. And I'm talking about you lot, not the other side, which I understand that whenever that name is mentioned, that you have an not going to mention it, it gets a boo. But we're here to talk about Trevor. My first meeting with Trevor was not a good one. Going back to 1971, I'm a couple of years older than Trevor, and I started at Spurs, and we came here in the FA Youth Cup to play Birmingham, and we had won the trophy the year before with more or less the same team for the following year, so we were obviously favourites for, I think it was only maybe Steve Perman who had gone beyond the age to play in the youth team, so we turned up at St Andrews believing we were going to win, and we got well beaten 3-1. And Trevor scored all 3 goals. So that was my first introduction to Trevor Francis. Obviously, I got the first team, 16-year-old kid, and thinking must be special, but you know, we'll be fine. But we weren't. He was a one-man team. He beat us single-handedly.
Yeah. Well, he's probably our finest player, as you well know, and you can see from the turnout. I mean, this sold out in less than an hour, and he is treasured in this city. You played with him in Italy?
He had been to Italy 2 years before I arrived, Sampdoria, which is in Genoa, which is Italian Riviera, and we used to live in a little village, maybe 10 miles south of that called Nervi, and we shared a villa together. It was a villa that had been knocked into 5 apartments, and we both had the ground floor, which is ground floor and a bit of a basement. He was there with Helen and Matthew's son. I turned up with our daughter and my eldest son, and I had another child who was born in the two. But we became, how do I put this up? Trevor, I'm sure there's people in this audience that met Trevor, and Trevor I would describe as a gentle soul, a gentle human being, a thoroughly good human being. The thing that made him popular amongst all his peers, apart from the qualities I had in the football pitch. As a human being, he was a really nice human being. You knew him as well as I did. You would agree with that?
Absolutely. And he treasured his friends, and he went out of his way to make sure that he stayed friends with you. Even at the height of his, when he was so busy, when he was manager of Birmingham, my wife and I used to go to the team dues, specifically for the team, nobody else but myself and Hazel were invited, and we just had wonderful times. And he never let his friends down. Right, that's the great thing about Trevor. He was always there for you. You know, and I know you found that.
When we headed off, we really got on well. His front door was maybe where the edge of the stage is.
This is in Italy, yeah.
And our front door was here. And we lived in the same building. We did everything socially. We went to work together, came back from work. Everything we did together. And he was a truly great friend. You know, I turned up with a couple of kids. He could speak Italian. He was a great friend to me, but a great friend to my family and how he looks after them. And I have to mention, and I'm sure there's people in the audience that met Helen, with all the wives here tonight, and I got in trouble for saying this a few years ago when we had a dinner to remember Helen, and my own wife was sitting there. And I said, please forgive me for saying this. There are wives, and then there's Helen. What a wife we had. What a wife we had.
You told that lovely story about one morning and you were just looking out across the way.
When we were going to work, whoever was out the door first would knock on. And so I was out first this morning, and I've knocked on the door, and as the door opened, this is before mobile phones, Trevor is standing like this on the phone, speaking to someone. And I look down, and Helen is on her hands and knees cleaning his shoes. And he's going to me, 1 minute. And I said, 1 minute. So I've gone back to my front door, banged on my front door, got my wife out, and she's gone. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah. But we had so many laughs. He was full of mischief. Whenever we went back, he'd go back to play for England, I'd go back to play for Scotland. He'd go to a jug shop, and I'd go to a jug shop, and we'd just bring stuff back that would torment the other players. And a particular favourite of Trevor's was that when we went in Retiro the night before a game, so we'd stay in a hotel in Genoa at night, which was a Saturday night because we played on a Sunday, and we'd train in the morning, have lunch at a restaurant near the stadium, and go to the hotel. He couldn't wait to get to the hotel. He'd just throw his bag down and go straight in the bathroom, and he'd fill balloons up with water. And we'd be 3, 4, 5 stories up, and he would target people walking down the street. These exploding balloons. And after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, there must be 25 balloons burst on the pavement. And people used to come and complain, of course. They'd knock on our door, the coach would come up with one of his assistants, knock on our door, and we would pretend we were asleep. So it was nothing to do with us. But he had a real sense of mischief about it. He loved a laugh.
And he also was very fond of Italian Barolo.
He was very fond of all Italian wines.
I mean, he's up there now with, Jim Smith and I just hope Jesus can still turn water into wine. If they could certainly turn wine into water. But Trevor was one of my loyalist friends. It's so difficult to put your finger on why he was so popular. I mean, as a manager, you said to me, because I was saying, Trevor had a tremendous amount of luck as a manager, and it was mostly bad. He never seemed to get the right break at the right time, and I'm talking about, one of the incidences, of course, was the League Cup final against Liverpool in 2002. Yes, that goes down well, doesn't it? But he had a quality about him that was just, it wasn't infectious, you just admired it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and I take the point about being lucky and not lucky. As Napoleon said, don't bring me good generals, bring me lucky generals. Please believe there's so much luck involved in football management. So much luck. When you get the right owners, people don't get injured when important periods of the season are coming along. You can get, no one buys 10 players and gets them all right. You can be lucky and unlucky in buying, even with all the knowledge that he obviously possessed. But Trevor, I never felt the Trevor anger, and you can disagree with me here. Trevor was too gentle a soul, too kind a human being. you know, a football dressing room is a pretty cynical place to be. You know, you're standing up talking to maybe 30 guys who, within the first 2 or 3 days, have worked out. Trevor gets a pass on his football career, what he's done. He gets a pass as a human being. But then, if you analyse a football dressing room, you've got 30 guys, you've got 15, 16 that are happy with you because they're either involved or starting every weekend. You've got another group that are sometimes actively working against you. And I always felt that how you confront that, Trevor wouldn't threaten to chin someone. No, that just wasn't his nature. You know, which I've been guilty of. I just wondered how Trevor got on in the dressing room. Would you see it that way?
I only obviously saw him in the dressing room when he was a manager, and he had the utmost respect from the players. There's no two ways about that. And I think you're right. He never really pushed himself. Obviously, when he was at Birmingham, he was under the David Gold and David Sullivan, and he should have put his foot down more. But it's just that niceness of the man, and I think that was probably his downfall as well as his major facet in his character.
Yeah, Jasper, you're talking about what would you rather have if you had a son? What Trevor was as a human being, or someone who was a little bit cruel at times to be a football manager,
Yeah.
and confrontational, and maybe not such a nice person. You go for that every single time.
He never had an answer.
No, he didn't have a bit of bad blood in him. I didn't know when I got there. I had a dislike for him after he scored a few goals as a 16-year-old. But I can't tell you how well we got on. You know, he got away with murder. Another thing that I remember about him, he had a Mercedes that he had brought from England over to Italy, and he drove like a lunatic. I mean, really, it was an S-Class, so I'm thinking, I've got to see that on. If we have a bash, I'll be fine. It's a big car. But he properly drove like a lunatic. I don't know if you witnessed that any time.
I wouldn't travel with him. I mean, if you said to Trevor, traffic lights, what comes after the amber light? He'd tell you that he'd never run around long enough to find out.
And then he ended up, I don't know if he got away with it, because I certainly got away with it. He bought himself a white 911 Porsche, you know, where the roof goes down, which is perfect for the Italian Riviera. And we would drive around, we must have looked like a couple of real plonkers. You know, we got sunglasses on, you know, roof down, but I don't know how Helen allowed him to get away with that one, but we did. I just want to, when you mentioned his name, when we were in the dressing room before talking, you mentioned, it's a smile comes to my face. I only have only good memories about Trevor. Not good memories, great memories. You know, the football went well, the life there was great, we got on great. We did have some laughs as well.
Too right. Final question. What do you miss most about Trevor?
Well, we would speak to each other maybe once a month. You know, what world he was involved in, he was spending a lot of time in Spain latterly. That was something he really enjoyed. He loved the suntan. Loved sitting in the sun, didn't he? I've got to tell you a story. How he changed. I don't know if you would agree with this or not. So, and it happened to two people that I used to room with. One was Kenny Dalglish, and one was Trevor. And both of them in their playing careers, say you were going out socially, you want to get in the corner and basically not hide, but not be at the front of any attention. Kenny was like that, and Trevor was like that. And then something happened to both of them where they went from that to that. I bumped into Trevor in Marbella many years ago when Helen was alive, and we went out for dinner. And then he said after dinner, do you fancy, should we go for a drink somewhere? And I said, yeah. He said, I know a place we'll go. So we'll go the street behind the main street in the port of Marbella, we go into this bar. It's a karaoke bar. Oh. So I'm at the bar ordering drinks, and then I hear a voice I recognise. It's only him singing. And I've gone, Helen, what's happened to him? And Kenny's the exact same. He went from that to that. You know what the common denominator was? Both their wives had cancer. And I don't know if it was like a wake-up call. We're here for such a short time, and we're going to make the most of it. And I found that really profound. Excellent. To think that. But what a guy he was, and I miss him.
That's why it is everything.
Graeme,
What an act we've got on now. This is one of my favourite people in the business. She's from Birmingham, and when she hit the scene many years ago in the 80s, she was a real rebel, and she still has that element about her. She's had 13 hit singles, 14 top 20 albums. She's a diamond drummer, and one of the nicest people in the business. Give a warm welcome for Toyah Wilcox.
Hello, gorgeous people! Now, Trevor and I were a similar age, and it's such an honour to be here in memory of him tonight. And as Jasper said, one of the nicest people ever. And I'd just like to say that when I was 14, I was probably one of the worst people to ever come from Birmingham, because I was breaking into every music venue. I was writing the first lyric to this song. I wrote in my maths book just 200 yards away from this venue. Well, it wasn't here back then. This was, I think, a venue called the Jug back then. I wrote in my maths book, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to be nobody's fool, I want to be free! Shall we do it? Okay. This is Mike, everybody. I
your break. Now you have to decide whether to buy a round of drinks or a villa in Marbella. We'll see you in about 22 minutes. Cheers.
Welcome back, Jasper Carrott.
You all right? Yeah, we'll just get yourself there. Okay. What do you think of it so far? Do you want to do it again? We're a bloody brilliant audience, I've got to say that. Do you want to come on tour with me? Thank you. Hey, I'm doing Jersey in a couple of weeks. Oh, we have a... The only trouble is we've got to fly out of bloody Birmingham airport. What a shithole that is. It is, I'm ashamed of my home airport. I was there a couple of weeks ago, and I got there in plenty of time, and feeling a bit peckish, so I went to the food hall, and I got a cheese and tomato sandwich and an apple, and then I had to queue up about 20 minutes. And then I get to, one of them women behind the counter look as if you've just dropped out of a dog's arse. And I put this on, seriously, it's a true story, I got my wallet open, and I went, oh no, I said, I'm ever so sorry, I've only got a £50 note. She went, oh, well, you'll have to put the apple back. A cup of tea was £4.70p. For a cup of tea, it's a bloody tea bag and half, £4.70. You could go to Lidl and get kitted out for a wedding for that. And the whole flying thing is just gone. But I mean, you can't buy a ticket now. You've got to go on the bloody internet, eh? And you've got to put your date of birth in. Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? The day, yes, the month, yes, the year, yes. You get to 1956 and it stops. What are all those bloody passenger trolleys? Where did they come from? It's like the M1 I'm going, isn't it? All them trolleys with the bloody red lights and the horn. They're packed full of smug, self-satisfied people staring down at you through a bloody forest of walking sticks and torches. And all these trolleys are driven by Jesus. Because when the trolley gets to the plane, everybody gets off and miraculously run up the stairs. Right. I'm sorry. We'll get into that. Right. On with the show. Now, we're going to start with, we haven't had a tribute band yet. Right. Now, Trevor wasn't a big ABBA fan until I took him to see these people. And he sort of mellowed a bit, if I'm honest. But we do have one of the greatest ABBA bands, tribute bands in the country. Give them a warm Birmingham welcome. Woo! Strictly ABBA! How was that? Yeah. This is one of the best night entertainment I've ever been involved with, really. This is fantastic. And how do we keep the quality up? This is easy. This is easy. It's no use echoing, darling. I can't hear you these days. You have to do sign language. Okay. There are comedians and there are comedians, and I'm going to introduce a guy now that there was no way on God's earth I would ever follow. You won't really know him, but he's very big on the after-dinner circuit all over the country. He's in constant demand, and we're really good mates. And he had a night off. I think his first night off in about 3 weeks. And he said he'd love to come because he met Trevor and got on really well with him. So please, he's from London, but you will understand him. Please give a really warm Birmingham welcome for Ian Irving.
Good evening, Birmingham. How are you? I've got to tell you, I'm a bit nervous doing this because last time I saw this many white people, I was in court. I've got to tell you, he actually turned around and said, I'll come from London. I don't come from London, I'll come from Essex. Right? Do you know Essex? It's great down there. It's got a bit rough around here. We had a quiz night in our local pub. Right? First question, who are you looking at? First prize, an alibi. And when I left there tonight, I was just driving up the road, and I'm sure you get this all around Birmingham and the Midlands, where they hang these banners over the top of the bridges. Have you seen these with all the writing on it? And when I left Basildon tonight, Well, I saw this banner and it really touched my heart. It said, "Happy 30th birthday, Nan." So, what we're doing, hello. We are all adults in here tonight, and I've got to say, we've got the ladies in the room with us this evening, so it's lovely to see you ladies. I mean, fellas, where would we be without the ladies, eh? Yeah, Thailand, probably. But what I'm going to do, because we've got the ladies in the room this evening, I'm not going to do... Sometimes you need to do a gag, you need to use a bit of bad language, you need to use the F word. But out of respect of the ladies in the room tonight, instead of saying effing this, effing that, effing the other, what I'll do is I'll replace the F word and I'll say gardening. Okay, and then that way all you guys know what I'm talking about and you ladies don't get embarrassed. Is that alright if I do that? Yeah? Do you like gardening? I don't have to do this, I'm a bloody good plumber, you know. But I'll tell you what, I'll tell you a little bit about myself and my family. I've got a little boy at 7, right? Stupid name, but... He said to me, Dad, he said, I've got this question. He said, I really need to know the answer by tomorrow morning. I said, what is it, mate? He said, I really need to know whether I'm black or Jewish. My wife's Jewish, he said. He said, no. I said, mate, you're half black because I'm black and you're half Jewish because your mum's Jewish. And he said, no, Dad, you're always messing about. I need to know by tomorrow morning whether I'm black or... I said, look, you're half black because I'm black and you're half Jewish because your mum's Jewish. Now, what's the problem? He said, there's a boy at school and he's selling a bike. And I don't know, I'll bid him down or nick it. Well, the trouble is... That's the trouble, you can't trust these Jewish people, can you? You know this, right? The trouble is you can't say anything anymore without upsetting someone. I mean, I was in that PC world the other day, you can't say anything in there. I mean, I was in there, right? And my lady, he said to me, he said, Dad, I've got the, he said, another question. He said, I need you to tell me what's the difference between irritated, aggravated, and frustrated. And I said, what is that? He said, I've got a test at school. And I said, oh, right, okay. I said, give us your mobile phone. So I've got his mobile phone. And random number. Hello? I said, hello, mate. I said, is Stan there? He said, sorry? I said, is Stan there? He said, no, this isn't Stan's phone. I said, yeah, but if you could just put him on, that would be brilliant. And he went, it's not Stan's phone. I said, yeah, I know, you told me that, but if you could just put him on, that would be brilliant, and it saves wasting everyone's time. He said, it's not Stan's phone, don't phone back again. I said to my son, that's irritated. He said, what about aggravated? Last number read on. Hello? I said, hello, mate. I said, can you put Stan on? He said, did you just ring a minute ago? I said, yeah, I did. He said, can you put Stan? I said, can you put Stan on? He said, I've just told you it's not Stan's phone. I said, no, I know what you said. If you could just put him on, because I've got a lot of things to do, and if you wouldn't mind. He went, it's not Stan's phone, don't ring back again. I said, that's aggravated. He said, what about frustrated? Last number green on. He went, hello? I said, hello mate, it's Stan, you got any messages for me? I take it very quickly. I'm not here for that. The guys are actually asking me about different jobs that I've done over the years. I said I've done many different jobs. Last summer I did the animal rights barbecue. I did that in the summer. And I used to work in a record shop when I was a young lad, and the lady came in one Saturday morning and said, "Excuse me, young man, have you got tubular bells on a 12-inch? I don't know if I can get away with the next thing now. I said, no, I've got dangly balls on the 9-inch, you see. And she said, is that a record? He said, it wants to be. I'm only 12, but I was I did a job. I was in London at the Hilton Hotel in Park Lane, and I did a job there. Yeah, it's very posh, right? And there, I couldn't believe how posh. They eat fruit when they're not ill, isn't it? And I did this job, and it was for the NSPCC and the Anti-Bullying Society. And I brought this armband along just to prove it. And I didn't buy it, I nicked it off a little fat ginger kid out had freckles and everything. I'm staying there, Jasper's put me up in the hotel across the road there, and I came out the hotel, and there was a guy sitting on the floor. A bit down on his luck, you know, and he's got a sleeping bag there, and he's got a cap on the floor, a bit of change in it, and he's got his guitar, and I walked past, and he looked at me, and he started singing. He said, when I was young, life was so logical. I said, that's Supertramp. He said, thank you, I've been practicing. You know what I mean? Anyway. I don't know what to do now, I've never gone down this well before. Anyway, I'll tell you what. I've got to check that old blonde, I've got to go soon actually. I've got to see, could you see that? Do you like that? Nice. I won it in a race, actually. I won that watch in a race. There was only 3 of us in the race. It was me, the previous owner, and a copper. So because we were friends. And I can tell you this, right? I can tell you, my missus, she's great. I got to tell you. I call her Babe, right? You've seen the film, haven't you, right? And she said. No, not really. I'll call her Marge because she's 80% fat. But I'll tell you what, I saw her, right? She said to me the other day, she said, do you want to come up in the bedroom and make love? I said, the football's on. She said, it's the 21st century. You can actually record it, you know. I said, excellent. You set up the camcorder. And I'll be up after the second half. And she said to me, she said, do you know what? She said, I think you love football more than you love me. I said, don't be ridiculous. I said, you open your legs and I'll prove it. And she did, and I nutmegged her. I've been married now for, how long? 36 seasons, right? And she said... And I can tell you this because we're all adults, right? I've got 36 years I've been married. 2 weeks ago, right, I found my wife's G-spot. Her sister had it. Now, you wouldn't think to look at me, would you? While we're talking about other sexual things, I've got to tell you, I had my first threesome last week, right? A couple of no-shows, but it was good fun. But I do try and keep a little bit fit and a bit trim, and I went down to my local swimming pool a few weeks ago. I was down there, and I can tell you this because we're all friends now, aren't we? And it's really embarrassing because you know you've got the deep end, the 12'6" where the diving boards are, and then you've got the 3-foot end, and I was the 12'6" end, and it's a bit embarrassing, but I'll tell you. The attendant caught me peeing in the pool in the deep end, right? And he blew the whistle that loud, I nearly fell in, right? Right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go. You've been absolutely bad. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Do you mind if I take a picture? I'm just going to take a picture, right? Well, the only reason I can take a picture is because my wife, I hope she don't find out I'm doing this, she thinks I'm out selling drugs. You ready? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you so much. and I feel all night. So I never see that just begun. Listen to my ear all night long. This was the song. What my soul, this is the sound. Always sipping from my hands. I've already gone through some of them. Stand the time of its own. Take your seat down to ride the next line. I want you to be known. Birmingham Symphony Hall. Well, I know this much is true. Ooh, I know this much is true. Well, I volunteer to the world.
Well played, Tony. Tony Hadley, come on! I've got one of my closest friends in the business, and again, one of those guys I will never follow. He's done TV, radio, pantomime. God knows, one of the finest comedians, in my opinion, in this country. You'll know who it is. Bobby Davro!
Thank you, Mr. Jasper, and a very good evening to you. Thank you for waiting. Right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, wave your arms in the air. Come on. We're going to be a bit Tom Jones, so wave those arms. I heard the noise of my wife's adult toys from the bedroom. I got an address down my foot to my bed. I pulled by the door. You see, I got erectile dysfunction. I can't get it up anymore. You know what she said? She said, cry, 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 Viagra. She said, cry, 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 Viagra. And my 17-year-old, she's a funny girl. She said to me the other day, she said, Daddy, what is a transsexual? I said, what is a transsexual? I said, I don't know. Go ask your mother. Go on, he'll tell you. And we can laugh at those gags, can't we? I'm not LGBTQ, so I'm more IDGAT. You know, I don't give a toss. There won't be jokes, aren't they? Offence isn't given, it's taken. Is that right? What do you call a transsexual whale? Maybe dick. I've got comedy this side, I've got tragedy down here. What have you been drinking, night nurse? I've got a date next week with a woman who she identifies, this is another thing, she identifies as a wheelie bin. As a wheelie bin. And I'm really worried. I can't remember if I've got to take her out Tuesday or Wednesday. They used to... You're loving it, aren't you? I can see the tears running down your legs. You let it all out. In my day, they used to be called lady boys. Do you remember lady boys? Right, chicks with dicks. That's what it was, wasn't it? The other way around. Chaps with... Anyway, my sister married a transsexual person. We didn't know until the wedding night, but she took all her clothes off, got into bed, he took Liz off, put hers on and buggered off. We haven't seen each other. And I actually got picked up one night. It was dreadful. I remember it was in London. I got a little club, right? And this lady boy, I didn't know she was a lady. Right? She looked like a lady. She dressed like a lady. She danced like a lady. She smelled like a lady. She kissed like a lady. It's only when she parked her car, first attempt, I thought, hang on. And he does IT, lovely, sensitive lad, beautiful lad he is. And then I've got Tommy, Mr. T, I call him Mr. T. And he's 22. And then I've got a 17-year-old daughter. And they come round since I've been divorced. And because I got divorced over stupid things, I get a bit upset. Like over to the bedroom department. It was dreadful, it was, right? And then I discovered a little trick. You know, for instance, this is for the fellas. How do you get your girlfriend, your wife, your partner? How do you get them to go, How do you get them to do that all night long? Bit of duct tape. Just a bit. So start the car, Jasper, start the car. So the kids come round, right? The kids come round, they come out with tea every Friday, and they were around last Friday, and my eldest George, I've always known about George, right? And he looked at me embarrassed. I said, what's the matter, George? And he stood up and said, Dad, I've got a confession to make. I said, oh, what is it? He said, Dad, he said, I'm gay. I said, that's not a problem. I haven't got a problem with that. I couldn't be gay myself. I'd hate to be turned down by Miller's Willard for a minute. I couldn't be gay now. I'm not homophobic either. I love my house. And I said, George, we've always known about that. It doesn't matter. It's about being healthy and happy. Isn't that right, folks? Happy and healthy. Well, he sat down with a smile on his face, well happy. 5 minutes later, my other son, Tommy, he's only 22, he stood up and said, Dad, I've got a confession to make. I said, well, what is it, Tom? What is it, Mr. T? He said, Dad, he said, I'm gay as well. I went, oh, doesn't anyone in this family like pussy? My daughter said, I do. No, it's my best friend. I think he's got dementia. There's also someone, I've got to mention him, there's a young man here who's 26 years old, I'm not going to point to him, I'm not going to get him up. He was telling me before the show started, we were outside having a little sticky, that he's been out in Afghanistan, I hope I got that right, in the last 15 years, and he's been fighting with our men and our women of our armed services, and he's come here tonight to see the show. His name is Mohammed, and he's a member of ISIS. And, in the White House. But now we're stuck with Trump. I'll do a little bit of Trump for it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump, what does the J stand for? Genius, genius. I'm such a genius. I finished the jigsaw puzzle in only 10 days. Still in the box 4 to 5 years. You know, folks, if we were an empire, I would have been an emperor. Everybody would talk, I would have been an emperor. If we were a kingdom, I would have been a king. But we're just a country. I'm going to ask, like, how old are you, love? How old? Shout it out.
Mind your own fucking business.
Well, I wish I know that. That's the difference between men and women, isn't it? I'll tell you what the difference is. I'll spell it out for you. Right, the difference between men and women. Woman, W-O-M-A-N, right? W, wicked. O, horrible. M, malicious. A, argumentative. And N, nagging. Women. Whereas man. M, marvellous. A. Listen, love, if you want to join in, you come to rehearsals, alright, love? You love the crowd, no? I've got to go now, folks. I've got another booking in November, and it's so good to come out and do a fundraiser for Jasper. Jasper is one of the nicest blokes I know in show business and one of the greatest comics. So give them a big round of applause. It's all about those credits. I've done several charity shows. We did a show not that long ago for Help the Homeless, and we raised 30,000 quid for Help the Homeless. Wasn't that fantastic? 30,000 quid for Help the Homeless. The only trouble is we have nowhere to send a cheque. Look out for the homeless in the winter time. Very easy to trip over when it comes in snow. And then we did a show, right? For the BBC. You remember that one, Jasper? The BBC. The bloke phoned me up and said, will you come and do a show for the BBC? I said, is that the BBC? He said, no, the BBC. I said, what charity is that? It's for the British Brittle Bone Charity. I went, oh, I've never heard of that, but yeah, I don't mind. Where is it? He said, it's in Newcastle. Well, I'm a suburb. I said, it's a long way for me to come. I said, do I get a few expenses? He said, yeah, we'll pay you £2 grand cash. I said, I'll snap the hand off that. I didn't get it. You know, I got another phone call, the bloke phoned me, I said, you running a marathon? Right, I said, I can't run it, I've had a stroke. Oh, by the way, I had a stroke since the thing got here, right? Has anyone had a stroke here? Some of the others must have done it. That'd be awful. It's dreadful. I have to take a tablet now every day for the rest of my life. Yeah, horrible it is. The doctor's only given me 6 tablets. And the bloke phoned me up, he said, will you do a marathon? I said, that's 26 miles, I don't know if I can manage a marathon. He said, well, come on, please. He said, I know it's a big ask, you can walk somewhere. I said, I can't run 26 miles. He said, please, Bobby, please. It's for blind and handicapped kids. And I thought to myself, I could win that. So, we're going to do this for Jasper and for Trevor. Right, now when I had my stroke, there's one person I missed out of
life. I've had a bit of a rough couple of years. I'm not moaning about it. I'm very lucky. Happiness isn't about getting what you want, it's about enjoying what you have. That's what it's about. And I'm lucky, I'm still above ground. I'm pushing 50 now. Pushing it, I'm dragging it, you know. I can still touch my toes though, with my testicles, but that don't matter. And when I had the stroke, I thought I might die. It was one of those things. And the one person I miss my parents. There's two people. My dad was one of my heroes. He gave me great advice when I was young. He said, what do you want to be when you grow up, son? I said, I want to be a comedian. Well, they all just laughed. Well, they're not laughing now, are they? No, they're not. He said, whatever you do, Bobsy, so he used to call me, whatever you do, always be prepared to open a few doors in life. Whatever you do, you want to be a footballer like Trevor, if you want to be a pop star like Tony, you want to be a comedian like Jasper. Whatever you do in life, always be prepared to open a few doors. Best advice I ever had. Open those doors. Didn't help me dad, he got sucked out of an aeroplane. But when I was ill, the one person I missed was my mum. And when I was a toddler, when my mum used to watch me, she always used to look out for me. I was in the back garden and she'd look through the window when she was washing up and stuff. And I'd be out there, and if I fell off my bike or a spider came along, I'm terrified of spiders. I'm an arachnophobic. Do you know what it is? Terrified of phobia, arachnophobia. I'm terrified of spiders. Don't get it confused with anarachnophobia. That's someone who's scared of Cliff Richard fans. So, get Cliff next time. I love the Cliff. I don't. And no, he's asexual, don't you? He's asexual, B, gay. And whenever I fell over or got hurt in the garden, my mum used to watch me. And I can see her now. She used to have a little black and white spotted dress. And she used to come to the back gate, that door, and she'd watch me for a few moments. And she'd put a tea towel down. And she'd call from the back door, she'd say, Robert, turn that frown upside down. That's what she used to say. And then she'd walk over to me and she'd pick me up, come on son, give us a smile. And she'd get a little hanky out of her purse, out of her pocket. And she used to spit on it for some reason. She used to wipe my face, wipe my tears. And I miss her every day. And aren't we lucky that we're still above ground and we've had a chance to come out and raise some money for someone less fortunate to us. So, we're going to leave you with a song. She used to do a poem as well. I never knew this poem. It was written by Spike Milligan, one of my comedy heroes. And it's a poem called Smiling. And take this away with you and keep supporting Jasper because he puts on some fantastic shows from some fantastic charities. And the Smiling poem goes like this, is my mum's favourite. She's to my mum. She's up there looking down on me now. Yeah, she's not dead, she's very condescending. So this is... this is Smiling. Smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner, and when someone saw my grin, when he smiled, I realised I passed on to him. I thought about that smile. I realised it's worth 1,000,000 smiles just like mine can travel right around the earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic and get the world infected. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed my little bit, my name is Davro.
Free of charge or minimal expenses. Give them a round of applause as they come on stage. Okay, there's only one way we can finish tonight, and you're all going to get involved with this. Okay. Adam, can you give me a chord? Keep right on to the end of the road. Come on.
That was absolutely superb. Now, bear in mind, Trevor Francis in his time at Birmingham, both as player and the manager, was way before my time. But I could still really appreciate, I think any Blues fan could appreciate just what it meant to the club and all the people here tonight. The guests that they had were absolutely sensational. What did you make of it?
Just blown away with how good it was.
Unbelievable, wasn't
Absolutely superb, wasn't it? People you didn't expect to see down here, as you can see.
And you can
Just
tell that he's a
amazing,
loved person. Outside of the footballing world, just as a human being, people really cared
He
about
was a top
him.
man, wasn't he?
Absolutely,
And the audience tonight was just superb, wasn't it? Joined in with everything and did him proud.
Yeah, Jasper Carrott did a wonderful job of hosting. The crowd created a wonderful atmosphere. The acts, all the things from music to a little bit of comedy to a blend of the two. It was brilliant. I thought it was
Superb,
really good.
wasn't it?
But didn't really know what sort of expectations you could have on a night like tonight because it was all a little bit of a surprise, but it certainly delivered.
Oh, it's superb. Yeah, speechless. It's amazing. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully the clips weren't too wobbly for you, but we were a bit stunted with what we could do, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Got a little bit of the taster.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see you on the next one. BlueTubes signing off, I suppose.